Good day, everybody. It's meteorologist Mark Molnar. As always, I want to thank you for joining me for this edition of Weather Eastern. We're going to take a look at the end of the week here. We'll take a look through the whole week, and the end of the weekend, and into next week, and see what is exactly going to happen with this major cold air blast, this big trough that's going to occur across the eastern half of North America. Will this give way to the big storm this weekend and into next week? Or is this going to be another dud? I'll break it all down for you. Complete model analysis. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. If you haven't already subscribed, hit the bell button. Question or comment down below. I love to read your questions or comments. And as always, there are timestamps down below if you wish to skip ahead. Like, share, and subscribe. All the good stuff. Let's get into it. All right, starting off with my winter storm confidence scale outlook here. Taking a look, this is for Saturday, March 12th, the Saturday, March 12th storm that's going to be occurring. Now, if we take a look here across the interior parts of the Northeast, stretching down into parts of the Mississippi Valley, the Ohio River Valley, a lot of Kentucky here, Tennessee, Pennsylvania, New York, Vermont, northern New Hampshire, and Maine, into southeast Canada, much of central and eastern Ohio here. Take a look at this. You're into the 2 zone this far out. I'm pretty confident you're going to see some sort of accumulating snow in this. It gets a little bit more sketchy here on the east side of the system because I'm waiting to see how much warm air gets drawn up and where this low is going to be situated. And I'll show you on all the latest models. And then here, I'm a little bit more confident here into the 3. I can't put anybody in the 4 and 5 just yet for confidence. But here across northern upstate New York, northwestern Pennsylvania, into northern Vermont, into northern Maine, I'm pretty confident you'll see probably warning criteria snowfall in this area. I'll expand this as we get closer to the storm. Let's take a look at all the snowfall analysis and the surface maps. And on the high resolution Euro here, I just wanted to show you the upper air pattern here. Take a look at what's coming down the pike here. This is Thursday. Look at this, Thursday morning. Look at this massive trough here across central North America, and then we have a trough up here in Greenland. But look at this. We put this into motion. Take a look at Friday here. It's pinwheeling. This is what's going to lead us up to that system on the weekend. Look at this massive trough here, and let's see if it goes negatively tilted. It tries to here ever so slightly. Look at this. If this verifies, we could get quite that big spin up of snow on the east side of it. Take a look at that. So, let's get right into it. We're going to start off with snowfall accumulations here into the Northeast, and then we'll expand our way out because I'm going to show you the system. Kind of ignore this system on Wednesday. This is it's going to be way too warm. Maybe the higher elevations here could pick up a couple inches, but this is just going to be too warm of a system on your Wednesday. Now, we bring this in for, take a look at this. There's the weekend storm. This is your Saturday. So, I'm going to show you the models, what the track is showing with this storm, and it gets really, really interesting here with this system. So, we basically have a situation where we could be looking at snowfall accumulations of 6 to 12 inches here into a large band. We have Binghamton 9 inches. We have Syracuse right around 11 inches. Erie 6 inches. Pittsburgh right around 9 to 11 inches here. Wilkes-Barre Scranton right around 6 inches. Harrisburg right around anywhere from 5 to 9 inches there. It's a big gradient here. Look at that, because Albany's 2 inches. Some of the eastern Poconos and Catskills Hill are only an inch or 2. Because I'll show you the track of this low. It's going to be really, really interesting. So we get to the high resolution Euro. Let's make sure we have the latest one here going. So here we go. We put this into motion. Once again, kind of ignore this system. We will maybe see a couple inches here into the higher elevations, but Harrisburg, you're going to remain maybe some wet snowflakes mixing in with the rain, but pretty much ignore that. Here's that weekend system for Saturday. Look at that. 9 inches Binghamton, a foot around Syracuse, 6 inches around Buffalo, 8 inches around Erie, 6 inches around Cleveland, 4 inches around Albany, Wilkes-Barre Scranton right around 10 inches, and some of this was feedback from Wednesday storm, so you probably get on this picking up another 5, 6, 7 inches. So ignore that Wednesday system. It's just going to be too warm down into the Susquehanna Valley. And then additional accumulations up here. So the Euros come more in line with the GFS. And if we throw the Canadian in there, let's throw a third one in there. Let's make sure we have the latest. Once again, ignore that system Wednesday. Yes, we will be adding those totals on top of your system for Saturday. There's no way around that, but look at that. We really get into some hefty totals here. Binghamton, right around a foot. Wow. Syracuse, 15 inches. Cleveland, right around 7, 8, 9, 10 inches on the east side. Look at that. Binghamton, or Buffalo, right around 6 inches. Erie, 8 inches. Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, right around 6 inches. Harrisburg. So, yeah, you get the idea here. So let's lead that right into the models here. All right, let me go back to the GFS here into the Northeast, because I just noticed on that previous national that I didn't show you the latest for the Northeast. The latest GFS has kind of shifted a little bit. Wow, what happened there? There we go. Okay. The latest GFS is almost switched places a little bit with the previous Euro. So here's the latest GFS that just came in. It's showing the heaviest snow back across Cleveland, right around 9 inches, 14 inches in Erie, 11 inches in Buffalo, Syracuse right around 7, Binghamton around 6, Wilkes-Barre, Scranton around 8, Pittsburgh around 7. And then it pushes the axis of the heaviest snow back in through central and eastern Ohio, even into southwestern Ohio here, 10 to 11, 12 inches. And then look at that. You get into some staggering snowfall totals here in the upper Adirondacks here, 20 inches. And look at that. Wow. Up into eastern Canada, 32 inches in eastern Quebec there. So there you have it. All right, I want to briefly show you the national view of the snowfall here across there. Once again, ignore that Wednesday system. It's just going to be too warm. But look at this. Saturday. Here's the Canadian. It doesn't show the southward extent here that the GFS and Euro I'll show you, but there is the expanse of the Canadian, a widespread in the purple, 6 to 12 inches. Let's show you the high-resolution Euro. There's that system. Wednesday, just kind of ignore that. And then here we go. Weekend storm. Boom. Look at that. Look at this in central Tennessee, up in eastern Kentucky, eastern Ohio. A big swath of 6 to 12 inches here. And then there's kind of a hole around Pittsburgh there. But look at that. This pretty much fills in here across interior New York, Pennsylvania, Vermont, New Hampshire, northern Maine. So there you have it. The Euro's gone pretty much with the GFS at this point. And if we get over to the GFS itself, make sure we have the latest. Let's put this into motion. There, yeah. Ignore that Wednesday system. Look at this. Showing expanding snow here across Kansas. And look at this. We put this in wow. This was not showing up on the previous run here of the GF. Look at this. We're going to have to see if this model is onto something here with the cold air. It's bringing some unusually cold air, and this is going to be a pretty big trough. I'll show you that on the upper air pattern. But look at that. Bringing some pretty hefty snow totals here into the northeast. So look at that. That's pretty intense. All right, let's start off with the national surface map here because I want to show you the big picture. Take a look at this. Low pressure moving. This is early Tuesday morning, so we're kicking out that first system out of the northeast, saying goodbye to severe weather in the south. Now take a look. There's this system up here. It's kind of a weak Alberta clipper. Then we have some showers and thunderstorms developing into parts of the south. Thankfully, this will not be severe, which is good news after all the severe weather you've just dealt with and tornadoes. Now we have this energy out here into the Rocky Mountains. This is Wednesday. Now keep in mind this Wednesday system, for some reason, the models are having trouble with this. This is not going to be that cold. So most of this is going to be rain. There will be some wet snowflakes mixed in, especially at the higher elevations. But we're just not going to see that kind of snow here. Now watch this energy here in southern Colorado, northern New Mexico. And we put this into motion. See how this is diving to the south here? This is Friday morning, early morning. You get a low pressure forming here in eastern Texas. This next system moving across the upper Great Lakes here. And take a look at this. You have the storm developing here across the mid-Mississippi River Valley. Cold air filtering in behind it. Heavy snow developing. GFS I was showing you on snowfall pretty far south here. So if this verifies, you'll be seeing accumulating snow as far south as eastern Arkansas along the Mississippi River here. Take a look at this, how this blossoms as it moves to the north. You got this big trough kicking in behind it, 989 millibar low. Let's see how this does it. It brings showers and thunder. Let me back that up a second. There's going to be quite some severe thunderstorms on the east side of this. So we're going to be dealing with two components here. This is reminding me of some of those big Appalachian spine hugger systems we used to have a lot of them in the 1990s here. So look at this. This seems to be one of those. And heavy snow, look at that band. It's kind of disconnected from the eastern band because you got this dry slot right in the middle, that classic dry slot. But then it starts to fill back in here. Take a look at that. 971 millibar low in the Hudson Valley. If that verifies, you're going to be seeing massive snows here in Binghamton, Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, up to Burlington. We'll see how that verifies, and it'd be heavy wet snow too. 965 millibar low. Look at that as it pulls to the northeast. 949 millibars as it enters northern Maine. Wow. We'll have to see if that verifies. So yeah, that kicks out of the picture. Let's take a look at the high resolution Euro here quick. Let's take a look here. So we put this into motion. Yeah, you get the idea. Let's see, is this going to go... Make sure we have the latest run here. Look at this. So we put this throughout the week. There's the Wednesday system. It's going to be mostly rain. So we kick it into... There's that energy diving to the south. Now, the Euro is a little bit further to the east here. So the heaviest snow developing here is just a little tad to the east of Arkansas here. And see how it's really blossoming pretty heavy in central Tennessee up to Ohio. Southwestern Ohio, eastern Ohio. We put that into motion. See how that really fills in? Look at this. This would be a pretty good snowstorm for the Appalachians on westward here. And they see that rain snow line just east of Williamsport, Pennsylvania, up to Binghamton. I will be zooming into the northeast to show you this. Look at this. This is an intense band of snow along the I-81 corridor of Pennsylvania, New York, even parts of northern Virginia here. 986 millibar low, 980. Look how it's strengthening. You're still getting moderate to heavy snow back into the Catskills, Poconos, Adirondacks, White and Green Mountains here. 974 millibar low. I believe that a little bit better than the GFS. A 949 millibar. There we go. 968 millibar. So you're still getting snow here in New England. This is late Saturday night. There you go. Wow. Takes a while to kick that one out there. Let's zoom right into the northeast. I'll show you this. Let's skip throughout the week here. There's that Wednesday system. Yeah, it's not going to be that big though. So we start with Saturday morning. This is about 4 or 5 hours before you wake up. A lot of you want to sleep in for good reason on Saturday morning. Got to take a look at this. Binghamton, you're starting off as a mix here, but down and through Ohio, Pittsburgh, southern Ohio up into western New York, you're starting out all snow here. So look at this. As we head through noon, or this is right when you're waking up. This is not noon. This is Saturday morning. Take a look at this. We got the rain snow line just east of Binghamton and Williamsport, right around the Wilkes-Barre, Scranton area. Harrisburg, you're right in rain at this point. Look at the heavy snow developing back through State College here. Bradford, Olean, Elmira, Syracuse. You're starting to get a little heavy here in Binghamton, and look at that. Boom. Right before noon here, we really blossom this heavy snow. So you'll be seeing snowfall rates of 2 to 3 inches an hour here if this verifies. And the Euro is tending to hug the coastline here. Look at that, 980 millibar low here. Still some heavy snow here, bringing it into the Hudson Valley. That is interesting to note here. Albany down into parts of Ulster and Dutchess County here, and then up into northern Maine and New Hampshire and Vermont as well here. And then we finally start to kick it out late Saturday evening. So if you have Saturday evening plans, the roads are still gonna, if this verifies, the roads probably won't be that great. And then we have a lake effect plume kicking in behind that. So let's take a look at the GFS here. Make sure we have the latest one. Wow, this is, there we go. Fast forward this to Saturday morning. This is right before, this is about 3 hours before you wake up. So we see how the GFS is different here. It's like the GFS and the Euro have switched places from 24 hours ago. So the GFS is a little bit, it's a bit further west now, and the rain snow line is back in through western Pennsylvania and eastern Ohio. So we kick this into 987 millibar low just east of Pittsburgh. This is just as you're waking up. We have all-out rain here in places like Syracuse, Binghamton, Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Harrisburg, down into Virginia here, New York City. So look at this. Low pressure moving up just northeast of Binghamton. So by this time, about a couple hours before noon, you're still seeing rain. And then we get dry slotted here in central Pennsylvania. And then we finally fill it back in here. So we start to get that rain snow line right around noon, move through Binghamton, and then we get a burst of heavy snow. behind it. 971 millibar low in the Hudson Valley. So if this verifies, this could get some snow cranking along the I-81 corridor for your afternoon into early evening. And look at that. If that verifies 965 millibar low, that's some intense snow here in Vermont, focusing it into northern New Hampshire by late night into Saturday night, and we finally pull this away. Okay, taking a look at the outlook for the Northeast here, starting off with your Tuesday. Look at this. High pressure cresting overhead. Temperatures will remain into the 30s for most of the day, and then the 40s down into parts of southern Pennsylvania, parts of southern New England. This is with high pressure cresting overhead. We have that system that moved through on Monday. Much colder air behind it, and as you can see, we head off into your Wednesday, and we have this warm front pushing across the eastern Great Lakes. We have this system in the southeast. It will be pushing up moisture along the coastline here. So you see places like New York City, Harrisburg, Atlantic City, even getting down into D.C. here. You get some moderate rain showers moving in. And then here across parts of Binghamton State College and Pittsburgh, you might have some lighter showers that spin up, but not an all-day rain event here. More in the way of a quarter to a half an inch down in here through parts of southeastern Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Long Island, and even heavier amounts further south here. Temperatures will be getting up into the 40s in pretty much all areas. And then heading on to Thursday, it will be drying out a bit. We'll have a chance of a shower along the coast here, but the big story will be this cold front moving through, but it won't be too much of a cold front. Temperatures will be getting into the 50s, places like Binghamton, Albany, Concord, Harrisburg, Pittsburgh, and then some lower 40s here into northern New England. And we end the week here, TGIF Friday. Look at this. We get this front moving in from the west. We'll get some moderate showers and thunderstorms developing here across eastern Ohio, western Pennsylvania, West Virginia. And take a look at this. North of this front, we could have some rain and snow mix, sleet pellets mixing in here in the higher terrain of the Adirondacks and up into parts of northern New Hampshire and Maine here. But the big story will be the warmer temperatures with the scattered showers that will be moving in. Temperatures will be warming well into the 50s here across New York, Pennsylvania, and southern New England. And here we go for your Tuesday here across the southeast. We have this stalled out frontal boundary that will be the focal point of showers and thunderstorms pretty much all along the Gulf Coast here. It will be a colder rain here in Houston over to New Orleans. Rain developing with some embedded thunderstorms, but this slight risk of severe weather here through the panhandle of Florida, northern Florida into southern Georgia, a damaging wind, large hail, maybe an isolated tornado, but it will be mainly confined to more scattered variety here. Temperatures south of the front will be in the 70s. Look at that. Tampa's the firecracker part there, 89 degrees. But then behind this front, we get this cooler 50s and some lower 60s. Rainfall amounts will be pretty hefty here across the Gulf Coast regions, generally 1, 2, maybe locally higher amounts into your Wednesday here. Take a look at this. This front does not move much at all. In fact, this low pressure winds up across the Atlanta area here, and we continue with showers and thunderstorms developing here from the Gulf Coast to Louisiana all the way up and through parts of the panhandle of Florida, and then up into the Carolinas here. Generally, we'll be looking at 1 to 2 inches, locally higher amounts. Thankfully, there'll be no severe weather with this, but temperatures will be on the rise. Look at this, 90 in Tampa, 74 in Panama City, 67 here in Atlanta, 56 in Norfolk, and 64 in Houston. And on Thursday here, take a look at this. This front does not move much into Thursday as well. We get showers and thunderstorms here along the Gulf Coast from New Orleans, Panama City, Tampa, Charleston, and then maybe some scattered showers here north of that front. Temperatures will be on the rise, though, 67 in Atlanta, 72 in Birmingham, 73 in New Orleans. Once again, the firecracker spot here is Tampa at 90, Miami at double eights here. And we head to TGIF. It just gets stormier from here heading on into the weekend. We will have the risk of severe thunderstorms stretching from New Orleans with this next front here up to Birmingham and Atlanta. Temperatures will be warming into the 70s. And then this front that we've been dealing with all week is stalled out along here as well. So this will help stream some moisture up here, and would not be surprised if we have some potential isolated flash flooding problems going in to Friday here as well, as we have a very large area of showers and thunderstorms. Temperatures will be on the rise again. 75 in New Orleans, 75 in Tampa, or 75 in Panama City. Tampa is the warm spot. Firecracker again at 90, 67 in Raleigh, and 64 in Norfolk. And my extended outlook for my hometown viewers, being the Scranton's upper Susquehanna region of upstate New York and northeast Pennsylvania, and all points along the upper Susquehanna River Basin. Starting off with Tuesday through Saturday here. Take a look at this. Tuesday, we start off. It is the coolest day of the week, 38 degrees, low 26. Wednesday, we're bringing a warm front, 48 for your high after a cold start of 19. Maybe a shower during the day. And then Thursday, we clear it out, bringing some sunny skies, 50 degrees after a low of 23. And look at that, Friday, we have one more warm day. Saturday looks pretty interesting because we could start out as rain and then changing over to a heavy wet snow. And depending on what happens, we could see anywhere from, get this, 1 to as much as 8 or so inches. So we'll keep this open-ended here. Stay tuned because it's going to get really interesting towards Saturday. As always, I want to thank you for joining me for this edition of Weather Eastern. Don't forget to give my Facebook page some love, Meteomark at Weather Eastern, also Meteomark, also Meteomark.com, weathernortheastern.com, and you can visit me on Twitter at Weather Eastern. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, what are you waiting for? Subscribe, hit that bell button, leave a question or comment down below, smash that like button, and share the heck out of this video. Thank you for joining me.